Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today I've got what I think is a pretty neat idea that I came up with that I wanted to share with all of you, which not only would essentially fix two different things that players were disappointed with the TU15 update, but would also just be a really cool concept to implement moving forward, in my opinion. So let's not waste any time. Today we're talking about the seasonal manhunt structure, more specifically what reward awaits us at the end of the Prime Manhunt mission. Let's get into it. So, in the past, with seasons 1 through 4, most people know that we received a new skill variant as the reward for the Prime Manhunt target. Basically, what was pitched as your big reward for participating in the seasonal manhunt as a whole. And in concept, I feel like it's a really solid reward. You take part in this content, you have a brand new skill to use waiting at the end. Now, in practice, most of us know that those skills weren't always the best. Looking at you, Repair Trap. But regardless, the EMP Sticky, the Repair Trap, the Shrapnel Trap, and the Achilles Pulse were all neat additions to the game, and personally, I thought it was a worthy reward for all of the time invested. Well, fast forward to just before the release of TU15 in Season 9, during the reveal stream they held, Yana confirmed that the Year 4 seasons will not be including a new skill variant as the ultimate reward, because they would rather spend their time making all of the already existing skills better before adding in new ones that nobody would end up using. And in theory, that's a completely noble and valid reason in my view. I want all of the skills we have to be good as well. But when you put that in the context of the seasons, it's like, well, what's a worthy replacement for that reward then? And that's when we heard that we would be getting an exotic as the new Prime Manhunt mission reward. And for me personally, I was like, alright, that's a solid replacement, I can get with that. But then come the launch of Season 9, and all three of the new exotics are already in the reward track. And at least according to the Manhunt tab, the only thing that we're getting from the Prime Manhunt mission is another blue screen, which is the new exotic LMG, which anybody who's completed the track or, got it in the general loot pool, they already have it. And honestly, I think that's a little deflating. As a diehard Division fan, I'm obviously going to complete the season stuff regardless of what the reward is. And honestly, I think a lot of players this season are being motivated by the pretty compelling story thus far, which is great. But it wouldn't shock me if you've got somebody out there who just isn't motivated to do any of it because they see that the ultimate reward that they're working toward is just something they already have. And so because this is the reality, I then started to brainstorm a bit about what could be a worthy replacement as the Manhunt Prime mission target reward if the exotic they're offering is just going to be one in the season track. If they were to make it so that future season rewards, give you a new exotic that's not available in the track or anywhere else, then that's a different story. But at least with its current implementation, I feel like there needs to be something a bit more exclusive and unique. And that's when I came to the idea. What's something about the exotics that everyone has been a little bit underwhelmed with this season? Their appearance. Almost anybody I've talked to has said that both the blue screen and the Dread Edict feel really undercooked as far as their visuals. They're basically just a paint job's difference from their original models, missing the unique mods and cosmetic details that I feel make the other 95% of Division 2's exotics so unique and cool. So, what if the devs were to introduce the concept of exotic skins? And honestly, this is something they could do retroactively to make up for what a lot of people have felt is a very underwhelming part of Season 9. Make it so that everybody can acquire the exotics themselves in the season reward track with their base paint jobs and visuals, and then, in order to bring them up to the standard of quality that we've come to expect with all of the other exotics, introduce these skins you can then apply to the exotics as the reward for completing the main Manhunt mission, so that you then have the opportunity to see each of the unique mods and customization details on both the blue screen and the Dread Edict. That way, if you perhaps enjoy the more simplistic look at that the current models offer, then you can definitely stick with those versions. Or if you're like myself and you've always appreciated the individual details and little intricacies of the exotic designs, you can then apply these skins and voila. Not only would it introduce a small level of personal customization to the exotic class in the game, which we haven't really had before except for the pre-order variants, but it would also restore what I feel is a really essential component to the Division 2's endgame, which is, as I said before, maintaining that level of quality and detail of the exotic gear and weaponry in the game. It may seem like a really small and insignificant detail, and in some ways it is, sure, but for me personally, half the fun with the exotics in this game has always been to see what cool designs the art team was going to come up with next. And as much as I appreciate that we're getting 2 apparel events, per season moving forward, as awesome as I think some of the skins are for the guns in the premium track this season, they're really cool. I was disappointed to see a rather bare-bones design of the exotics in TU15. The Catharsis is passable. Personally, I don't love its look, but at least it has its own identity and individuality with the green eyes. But specifically, the blue screen and the Dread Edict just feel very bland, at least compared to the other exotic weapons that have come before. And so to reiterate one final time, instead of the new norm being to give us an exotic we've already acquired as the reward for the prime manhunt target each season in year 4, I think it would be much cooler to give a skin for each of the new exotic weapons we get each season, which in the case of the blue screen and the dread would hopefully bring them up to the level of quality we're used to with these items, or in future seasons if they do perhaps make the base exotics fully detailed and whatnot from the beginning, then these skins could introduce the opportunity for the player to customize it a bit and decide which look they prefer. Maybe the skins offer different colorways, maybe they change how some of the mods look, or the base weapon is stylized. It would leave open a lot of freedom on the art team's end, and personally I feel like doing this would offer a much more compelling reward for players to want to pursue with the seasonal content structure, as opposed to just offering them an exotic they likely already have, which is how Season 9 is currently set up. So there you have it, folks. That's my pitch for a reimagined season structure with what I think would be a much cooler and more worthwhile final reward. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you can be updated every time I upload. Let me know your thoughts about this idea for replacing the current Prime Target Final Season reward. Do you think the concept of exotic skins would be a cool or, a beneficial thing at all for the game? Do you even have a problem with the blue screen and Dread Edict's current presentation in the game? Like I said, I know a lot of people who do, but maybe some of you don't, and so I'll certainly be very curious to hear everybody's thoughts on everything. And yeah, I believe that's going to do it for me today, y'all. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until the next one, guys, RogueGold.